Alright guys, in today's video I'm going to take you through a walkthrough of my live analysis and market commentary with the Discord. This was a really good trade taken yesterday, so this would have been the 24th of the 10th, 2024. Let's see what we got. Macro's coming up shortly. We can get a little peek at ES to see what we're doing there. So did ES sweep those highs or did ES not sweep those highs? So they're equal as well. So realistically, there's no SMT. I'm going to watch the price, observe price. My viewpoints still remain the same, but while we're in this area, there's nothing really for me to take a trade on. So I'll just be watching to see what we do. This I think is really nice. Even for a pedal suit, that's really nice because if we're not going to react there, then we're going to go much lower. Inversion gap here, obviously down here too, and then targeting those relative equal highs there, which is really nice. We push up further. This would have been my extension target if I was holding a runner. It's that swing high there. We did, I think, tap onto the bodies, but we didn't actually tap on to that swing high. So I'd now be looking at this as a range from that low to this swing high. I'll be looking at 0.5 and I'll also be looking at this. Obviously here you've got the benefit of having this fair value up here. You don't really have that. I've just experienced the same thing many times. Well, often that first idea is the correct one, and so you got to stick with that and be flexible to stick with that idea until it's proven wrong. And when it's proven wrong, then you readjust your analysis and your viewpoint on the market is what I. So just taking it easy for the meantime. We've got 2 minutes as well. Silver bullet, 3 o'clock. Probably some volume coming in there too. So there's no rush. I got ideas. I got multiple ideas. This is just one zone, just one area. We'll stick with this to start. If not, there's some other areas below which we can observe price action in. Nothing I'd be shorting here based on my rules, just based on equal highs. Wouldn't do it. Other people would. And I think it's an important topic to talk about. People that trade support and resistance, well, guess what? They're making money here. So it's all about, I guess, whatever your strategy is, figuring out which conditions it works best in and when to sit out in those situations. That's like the whole bread and butter of the whole situation. When it works, when it doesn't, and you know what I mean? Like, that takes time. Because eventually, yeah, we could sweep those highs, but when is the question? When is the question, right? So let's see, 1 more minute or 15 seconds really until we start the silver bullet. Let's see what we do. So 3 o'clock candle. Let's see if we get a bit of volatility in this zone. There's nothing for me at the moment saying go long, by the way. There's nothing yet. So I'm just watching. What would I probably need to see? Yeah, I need to see probably this inverted here. This is another zone down there as well, by the way. We can talk about that if it gets that. But you notice, I don't need to necessarily predict. I'm just looking for areas where price can react from. That's all. So I'm trying to build a narrative here now. So let's see if we invert that. There's a little inverse volume balance here. There's also a change in the state delivery if we close above. I want it to close too high though, because I need a decent risk to reward. That's all. So I'm going to mark this out now. Change state. I might make that a bit bigger too. Change the state. That's your little inversion gap. It's quite a big gap. The gap is 10 handles in itself. Catch your inversion FVG. There's a little inverse volume imbalance here. I guess I could mark out this whole section here, but also I'm watching this previous period of accumulation as well, and I'm seeing if we can extend up after doing so. So I'll mark this out. That's like a premium city. I don't know if that text is too big, too small, but I think I'll leave it at about that size. So what would you want to see if you're in longs? You want to see price expand up. Why? Because you just tap back into that inversion. What would I personally be doing? But what I'd be doing, I'd be managing my risk. I would not have my stop loss here. No, 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 no. I would bring it up a bit at this point, and then I'd be seeing to see how we react at this swing higher than this premium civvy. But then this would be the ultimate target in terms of buy side liquidity bars. I'm just going to label this stuff out so you can see. I'll get this all 16. It makes it interesting when you've got a big candle for the gap. It does. It really does, because then your stop might have to be a little bit wider than you once wanted it to be, I suppose is the best way to put it. So I'm just going to mark this out, this swing high. Now I'm going to make that a little bit smaller. Hopefully you guys can see that. So I'll just mitigate your risk again, guys. Mitigate your risk again. That could mean moving your stop. That could mean taking a partial. We're in the premium CB now, so it's a good partial zone. And then obviously the full buy side will be the full target. You have to take something off here, or at least get a break even, or at least mitigate your risk, because we're in a premium CB. If we're going to reverse, that's going to be a spot to do it from. But hopefully it all makes sense in terms of the analysis. I'm not too sure if there was something on the 30-second. I'm not going to go to it because we're on the 1 minute time frame here. Just as a little intermission into this video, as you can see, I have things pre-planned out in the market. I am flexible with these things, but most of the time that first idea would be correct. And if the first idea isn't correct, you need to step back because the overall narrative that you had is not correct. That's where things can go wrong, where you break your rules, you break your narrative. You have to have confidence in your trade idea and your setup, but also be flexible at the same time. And this takes patience and also practice. So what you can see here, I was always waiting for price ideally to come back into optimal trade entry. We had the benefit of a macro, and because of these two things lining up and an inversion fair value gap, that was a really nice trade with a clear draw on liquidity being those equal highs as I mentioned from before. Now with that being said, let's get back into it. So I'll stick to that just so it's a bit more realistic based on what we're saying. And this is a macro based trade too. So if I mark out the macro, where are we? 250 to 310. 250 to 310. Right. So it's really, really important, right? Really, really important as a trader to mitigate risk, take partials. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. But for you, that's going to be something that you develop as time goes on. You know, everyone can have the same strategy, enter at the same point, but have different results based on where they TP and where they don't. So again, buy side here, relative equal highs, looking for the. It would be ideal if this macro did it. It would be nice. It would be nice, wouldn't it? But again, that should be a partial. There should be a partial somewhere here. There should be something that you're taking off the table, in my opinion, at this point. So that's been inverted now. Let's see what we do with that. So that becomes an inversion fair value gap. Let me know how you guys are going in the chat. I'll have a read over in a sec. Kind of a similar model to yesterday, I believe. Something similar kind of trade idea. Let's see how bullish we are. If we're really bullish, we're going to push up from here. That's really bullish. We push up from here. And then that's the extended target, or this swing high. Yeah, that's beautiful in terms of the trade position, like 327, you know, beautiful. Very quick. 2 days in a row. We love to see it. We love to see it, guys. Let me know how you went. Let me know how you managed that. That's really, really nice to see. Really, really nice to see. Obviously, you got a little buy side here, and then obviously buy side at the top there. That's your extended target. Yeah, when you have a big fair value gap like this, you're going to have to, there you go, beautiful. You're going to have to And this might pump, but we'll see because again, if this is the accumulation phase, look how long we've accumulated for. Just saying. If your entries here depends, right? Say you enter from the actual inversion fair value gap. In my opinion, below this body is sufficient. That's what I'd be doing. Right? That's what I'd be doing. Your target, you could just go for 10 handles if you wanted to, right? Or 1-to-1 around that. Or you could go for that. Why is that a good target? Because it's relatively high. So the chance of it getting there is really high, extremely high, because we've also got the overall narrative in play too. If this is going to continue what we've done here, like look at this. If that's a repeatable pattern, accumulation, then you expect it to be quite quick. It's done exactly what you'd expect it to do here.